Back, Vance Ginn joining us in studio. Vance, it's a pleasure to have you here. What brings you in studio today? What's on your mind?
Well, of course, I'm still making the push for the Monte Ankle Bracelet program, especially in domestic violence cases. And I got started on this because in 2015, I lost my daughter to domestic violence murder. For the last pretty close to decade, I've been working on this. I kind of backed off, but now some things have just come up that I absolutely have to deal with.
There's been some things in the news recently, some instances that you've pointed to that you feel electronic monitoring could have been an aid to the people involved.
Yes, yes. When a person is released from jail and law enforcement tells the victim to go hide, why don't we keep track of that person to make sure he doesn't go and murder this person or cause harm? A case that just happened recently, a person got out on bail, went back to the victim, broke in, caused harm to her, and then slashed his face trying to blame her, allegedly. And I just recently spoke to a young lady that the perpetrator of her domestic violence is about to get out of jail. She is already scared. He has violated his bail conditions 20 times, got away with it. He mailed a strong letter to her saying how he's going to kill her. He went to the house a week after he got out of jail, broke in, and held her and her daughter hostage. I remember that being in the news, as a matter of fact. So why are we letting these people out and not finding some way to keep track of them, especially since this last one is a professional fighter? And the young lady that I spoke to that is so scared might weigh 120 pounds.
Now, you've been advocating for this since 2015. Yeah, exactly. Essentially, you lost your daughter in an instance where you feel this, and I think a lot of people agree, this could have been a major help. The obstacles, the reasons that you've heard, what are some of the reasons you've heard that this is not in place yet?
One was because there also has to be something in contact with the victim. And the first pushback I heard was they, whoever they are, there wasn't no surveys done on it, feel that the victim would not want to go through that. I did my own survey, and I found out that anybody would be willing to go through it. And then the next pushback that I heard was they, like again, I don't know who they are, said that they feel it would give the victim too much false hope of security. I can't understand that. If you have something that's monitoring this person, and that person is being kept track of at all times, how is that less security than the useless system that we have now?
So what you're calling for is people to take action. What are you asking people to do?
What I'm asking people to do is call your people in the government in Augusta and ask them why the state is not protecting its people to the fullest. They're not. Every ankle bracelet that's out there right now is done through public donations. That's extortion. We're paying for our own protection. Call your legislator. Call anyone you have. Call the governor and ask them why our state is not protecting people to the fullest, because they're not. Why aren't we doing something? I mean, I understand people are probably getting sick of seeing my face and hearing my voice. Could you please quiet my voice and join in and help and get something done? Because believe me, that's the only way this mouth is going to close, is if I have help and we get this done and we protect our loved ones to the fullest.
There you go. Vance Ginn joining us in studio. Vance, thank you so much. The takeaway message from this, if you agree with Vance, speak to your local representative, whoever it is that represents your district in Augusta, and get on board with Vance and try to exact some change.
Yes. And Brian, thank you and all the stations that stand behind me on this and are willing to help and try to push this thing forward.
Thank you,
I
Vance.
appreciate it muchly.
All right. Back with more right after this.